Hello everyone, this is a video from our October 2019 safety meeting that we had at Martin's Barbecue. Sorry that you were not able to make it. It was a really good time getting to be with everybody and have some good wings and everything. I want to go over distracted driving. I do this every meeting and I am adamant about it for you all not to be distracted while behind the wheel. Sometimes you over the road drivers are back there fishing for a soft drink, and next thing you know, you can't find it. You get frustrated, you take your eyes off the wheel, and you look inside your refrigerator to get your beverage. Not a good idea. That will cause an accident. All it takes is 2 seconds, your eyes off the road, and you're in the middle of it. So please be careful with distracted driving. Be mindful of it. Don't get rum-dum to where you're just going down the highway and you get to where you're going. You're like, I don't remember passing Evansville, or I don't remember that one truck stop that I meant to stop at. So please be very mindful of it and don't be distracted. Another thing is winter's coming on. We're going to have some really nasty weather, some freezing rain and snow and whatnot. And I want to take this time to remind everybody, do not set your trailer brakes when you park. You park for the weekend or you park at night, because they will freeze up, and then you will have to have a service truck come out and help you with that. And if it's in the middle of winter and it's 12 degrees outside and you're froze up, you can rest assured that somebody around you is also frozen up, and it's going to take a while for a service truck to get to you. Don't use your trailer brakes. Another thing is, you over-the-road guys, you need to be mindful and make sure that you've got the fuel additive for your fuel tanks. If you purchase fuel at Ryder, that fuel is treated. However, if you stop at Love's or Pilot or TA or any of those other places, they do not treat the fuel, so you will have to do that. Your EFS card will pay for that, so I suggest that you get a couple bottles and you have it in your truck for just in case, because you never know when you're going to need it. There's two things you have. There's a dethaw and an anti-gel de-icer. You need both of these items. If you're not sure about this, then ask one of the senior drivers. There's plenty of guys around that you can ask, hey, have you used this in the past and how do you do it? There are instructions on the bottle, and also tells you how much per tank that you have. So make sure you've got that and you keep it in your truck. Make sure your windshield wipers are in good working order. It's going to be winter. You're going to have a lot of slush on the road. You're going to have salt and grime, and they tend to wear out. So make sure your windshield wipers are in good working order. Also, with winter preparedness, staying warm is very important. Make sure that you have extra blankets and coats and gloves in your truck. If you break down on the road and you cannot run your truck and you can't have heat, then you've got to make sure you've got these items to stay warm. If you do break down and you don't have heat and you call RCRC, you need to tell them you have no heat or any way of staying warm. If they have to send a separate truck out to you, they will, and bring you back to the Ryder place and tow your truck in to get it repaired. So make sure that RCRC knows that you don't have heat, you don't have any way of staying warm. We know from past winters that sometimes it'll take 4, 6, even 8 hours for a truck to get to you to help you. So please make sure you've got enough warm clothing and blankets and whatnot to stay warm. Make sure you've got water in the truck always. Always have water in the truck. So we've covered that. Make sure you're ready for winter. Post-trips and pre-trips. This is something that I'm going to start preaching on every time we do a meeting, because it's very evident that some are not doing their pre or post-trips. We require you to do at least one, not both of them. It needs to be noted on your logs that you've done your post-trip or your pre-trip. Don't just sit in a truck and retrieve your logs and say, yeah, it's done, and never look at a tire or a light. There's so many times that a driver calls and says, I need a tire. I'm like, okay, go get you a tire. They get over there, and then I got a call from the vendor that he doesn't just need one tire. He needs 6 tires, that they're all bald because he couldn't find the wear bar, or didn't know how to check the tread. So please make sure you're doing your pre and post trips. Get your repairs done before they break. Don't wait until it's so far gone that you're broken down for a week. We do not have 100 trailers sitting around waiting for somebody to use. Everybody has a trailer. Everybody needs to take care of their trailer so that you can continue to, haul freight and make your money and have your benefits. It's just very simple. Think about it like this. If it were your trailer, your own trailer that you purchased, wouldn't you take care of it? We need you to take care of our equipment. We need you to be proactive instead of reactive on when things need to be repaired. So please let me know when you need something repaired so I can get it in the shop and get it out in a timely manner. Idling. I ran an idling report, and local guys, this really doesn't apply to you. The over-the-road guys, so however, try to cut down on some of the idling. I don't want you freezing to death. I don't want you burning up. But many times I have been over to DKP, not a driver in a truck, but the truck's just running and running and running. So why is the truck running? You're not in it. You're standing outside talking to your buddies. Turn it off. I know it's all habit. Just leave the truck running forever and a day. It doesn't need to be. Turn it off. These trucks do not need to be warmed up in order to go forward. Back when your grandfather was driving, maybe that was the case, but you're not him. Technology is a lot better now, and it doesn't need to be. Anytime you can turn that truck off, please do so. Okay. All the trucks going forward, the over-the-road trucks, we are going to have APUs or EPUs in them so that you can stay comfortable at night, but yet not have to idle. Okay. So just be aware of that. Maybe you're at the shipper and you're going to outstretch your legs. Turn it off. If you're at the receiver and it's a nice day, turn it off. Roll the windows down. Nothing better than some fresh air. So please keep that in mind when you're out there. I want to talk a little bit about load securement. Load securement. I saw a trailer the other day, and it was one of ours, and I could not figure out for the life of me why the straps were on the outside of the rub rail. Now, you need to be mindful about this, especially over road guys, because so many accidents happen in truck stops and rest areas. So if your straps are on the outside of that rub rail and somebody runs into you and runs down the whole length of your trailer, what's exposed? Those straps that's holding your load. What if they rip them? What if they tear them? What if they rip all of them? And he keeps going. You're stuck there with a load that your trailer's messed up, obviously, and your straps are messed up, and you have no way of getting straps. There's a reason for that rub rail for you to be pushing the straps up through the inside of that rail. You need to be using that for your load securement. The outside of the rub rail is not as strong as the inside. It is made of aluminum. It bends, it cracks, it breaks. I know you all have seen this. I sometimes wonder if some of these repairs, my outside rail is all messed up. Well, how did that happen? Well, I don't know. Could it be that maybe you had the strap on the outside of the rub rail and not the inside, and that might have caused this? So, again, that's not an inexpensive repair. It's an expensive repair, plus ordering parts takes about a week to get that taken care of so that you can continue to haul freight. So please use the inside of the rub rail. Do not put your straps on the outside. You're setting yourself up for too many incidences and accidents. Make sure that you're closing your tarps where they're nice and tight and that they're not baggy. We've had phone calls that you've pulled in somewhere to get something repaired and the tarp is baggy. It's not even pulled tight. You may not realize it, but that causes that tarp to blow up like a balloon. When that happens, it causes wear and tear, rips, tears off the tail flap. I don't know how many tail flaps we've replaced recently because the back door is not secured properly or not secured at all, or whatever happened. Sometimes it is just an accident that something broke. But please make sure that you're closing the front and back of that trailer and make sure that the tarp is good and tight and close that tail flap to where it's not flapping in the wind and ripping off. Anytime we have a tail flap repair, it is a minimum of 1 week. By the time the trailer gets back here and the vendor sees it and they have to order it, and then it has to be made, then it has to be shipped. So then that's a week right there before they ever even got to where they can install it on your trailer. So please double check those tail flaps. Double check that your tarps are good and tight and that there's not any problems there. I also want to let you all know that there is going to be a driver Christmas party. It is scheduled for December the 8th. It's going to be it's a Sunday, and it's going to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to be downtown at Brazerio's like we had last year on 4th Street. I will be sending out notices and invitations when time gets closer, but please go ahead and save that date, put it on your calendar, because we'd love for all of you all to attend. It is for the drivers and their spouses or significant others. So you might want to put it on the calendar at home and say, okay, we're going to have a good meal. It's going to be fun. We'll play reindeer games like we always do. And it'll be good just getting everybody together and visiting with everybody and seeing how everybody's doing. So please keep that in mind. No distracted driving. No setting your trailer brakes at night in the cold weather, because it's going to cause them to freeze up. Even dragging them doesn't unlock them. So this is going to end our safety meeting. It was much more in detail at the meeting, and I'm sorry you guys weren't there. I will be sending out a pop quiz as well pertaining to the information that I just talked about. And I'll send that out in an email, and all you have to do is watch this video and then send the quiz back to me. And I'll print it out and put it in the file showing that you did get your safety information for this quarter. Okay? So everybody be safe out there. Take care of one another, and we'll see you soon. Bye.